Today on WSRH Extra, we see what's going to be different about Halloween this year. Also, we look at how families are still making the upcoming holiday fun for their kids. Plus, we take a look at a thriving pumpkin patch for families to visit. WSRH Extra starts now. Welcome to this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Alyssa Schwab, coming to you from our virtual Halloween set. As you all know, Halloween is up and coming. Many children and families are getting ready and excited for this spooky holiday. Unfortunately, COVID-19 is still a big part of our lives, and some people are on edge about allowing their children and family to participate in annual Halloween activities. WSRH Extra reporter Andrea Davino shows us how families plan to spend their Halloween in these unpredictable circumstances.
Every year on October 31st, people all over the globe come together to celebrate Halloween. Costume parties, trick-or-treating, and haunted houses are typical for a traditional Halloween celebration. But because of COVID-19 and social distancing guidelines, people are finding ways to keep the spooky spirit alive at home.
Everybody goes together in a really nice neighborhood that everybody participates, and we go around the neighborhood for maybe an hour and a half. And it's a lot of fun.
Although this is the typical plan for families celebrating the spooky holiday, this year is going to look different in many ways. However, not every tradition has to change.
Usually I come to this pumpkin patch and I get my pumpkins and take pictures with my family.
Even though traditions like this one are still possible during the pandemic, many families who normally spent their Halloween doing activities such as trick-or-treating are left without a clue of how they're going to spend their Halloween this year.
So maybe this year it's not going to happen. So I don't know.
With so many plans still up in the air, many people are choosing to spend this Halloween season at home, making the best out of the situation with the people closest to them.
This year, since we can't trick-or-treat because of Corona, I'm just having some friends over.
Although some aspects of Halloween may look different this year, there are plenty of opportunities to bring both the tricks and the treats into your home. For WSRH Extra, I'm Andrea Davino.
Many parents are wondering how to balance safety and fun while trick-or-treating with their kids this year. WSRH Extra reporter Caitlin Stevens shows us some solutions that people may have.
Due to COVID-19, people all over the country have wondered what is going to happen for the holidays. With Halloween rolling around, trick-or-treating has been a hot topic. Most parents and health professionals' concerns lie in balancing safety and fun.
Yes, if we take some safety precautions, such as wearing our mask, socially distancing, and frequent hand washing. So it's probably not a bad idea. Once you get home with all your candy, go ahead and wipe it down with some Clorox wipes, and then wash your hands really good, and go ahead and have fun.
Some parents have a plan to safely give their children an exciting Halloween experience.
Let them go to family members' houses and friends' houses and just get some candy thrown at them from them rather than doing a whole big party.
Many kids are still excited despite being limited on their normal Halloween activities.
And me and my family, we're just gonna stay home and then, I don't know, maybe have a disco and just party.
Some are more excited than others.
Sure, Mom, show them.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to trick-or-treat with us. For WSRH Extra, I'm Caitlin Stevens.
Although many fall activities are unable to proceed due to the pandemic, a special place is thriving with families ready to get into the fall spirit. WSRH Extra reporter Melina Rayfield takes us down to Pumpkintown.
As Halloween is coming closer, many people want to experience the joy of fall. One Palm Beach County resident found a local gym called Pumpkintown.
I like coming to the pumpkin patch in the falls because it really feels really nice and colorful and all the pumpkins and it's my favorite place to come in the fall.
The jack-o'-lanterns aren't the only ones smiling in Pumpkintown. Employees say they love the relaxing atmosphere it brings.
I like the kids. The kids are always like smiles
I like it too because the seasons, I love holidays.
Pumpkintown also has exciting activities and games that many people enjoy.
We do pictures, we do pumpkins.
As a young mom, Raquel enjoys many of the memorable activities and moments Pumpkintown brings into her life and into her children's lives.
They have an awesome pumpkin bounce house. And they also have a lot of places where we could take some nice pictures to our kids. I'm gonna make this actually every year thing to come with my kids. And then when we have our grandchildren, they'll come as well and make it a family tradition. It's very awesome to come and do some memories here.
Don't squash your Halloween dreams and come down to Pumpkintown. For WSRH Extra, I'm Melina Rayfield.
With students being allowed to go back to school, many were faced with a tough decision: go back to school or stay home. WSRH Extra reporter Grace Linares shows us what has influenced students and their choice.
Over the past couple of weeks, students have had the option to work from home or to return to campus to continue their schoolwork. While some students like virtual more than in the classroom, Senior Allie Sargent tells us what she thinks.
For me, I actually prefer being in school because it provides a better environment for you to learn. It's easier to understand things because you actually have your teacher there and you can talk to them face to face. On the opposite end, virtual school, you can't really get in contact with your teachers as easily. So it's a little bit harder.
Students will soon have to make the decision if they are going to stay at home or work back at school for the rest of the semester. Junior Paula Garcia, a student here at the Ridge, tells us what she plans on choosing and why.
I might go back online just because it's much easier for transportation, and I don't know, I just feel like I have more time when I'm at home to do homework.
Online and on campus, schooling has its differences, which has led students to decide what works best for them. For WSRH Extra, I'm Grace Linares.
Many small businesses are still struggling to get back on their feet after being quarantined. One business in particular is pushing through and continuing to create a name for herself. WSRH Extra reporter Corinne Benitez takes us into the eyes of this determined business owner.
Many businesses have been forced to close due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but some people like Susana Benitez found a way to overcome the challenges that faced them and have continued to keep their small business up and running.
I always loved statement earrings, and one day I came across polymer clay earrings, and I realized that I can make them myself.
Despite the difficulties that come with the COVID-19 pandemic, Susana makes sure that having satisfied customers and keeping her products affordable is still her #1 priority.
I love accessories, and her earrings are very unique. They're very at a reasonable price, and you can have an idea, pitch it to her, and she just makes it come alive.
Although Susana is fortunate enough to have made a business out of something she loves, it is most certain it didn't happen overnight.
After high school, I knew I wanted to become an entrepreneur one day, so I decided to pursue a degree in business management.
Even though there are many things customers love about Susana's business, many say that her attention to detail and unique style is what best sets her apart from others.
So detailed that it's a business that I haven't seen around here.
So after graduation, I started a hobby, and that hobby became what is now my small business.
I guess you can say Susana Benitez will be creating a name for herself. For WSRH Extra, I'm Corinne Benitez.
Coming up on WSRH Extra, we see what's going on in sports. Plus, we take a look at different ways to prevent fire hazards.
3-alarm at 21 and North.
It's easier to prevent a house fire than it is to stop one. So make sure your smoke detectors are always working and change your batteries twice a year. Never leave candles unattended. And always unplug small appliances after use. For more information on fire prevention, visit the National Fire Protection Agency website at nfpa.org.
With COVID-19 still having a lasting impact on school-wide activities, sports teams are being faced with many challenges. Today we took a look at one team in particular who has developed new safety precautions while also facing many challenges. WSRH sports reporter Wyatt Anderson takes us to the eyes of the Seminole Ridge swim team.
Freestyle. Swimmer, take your mark. Go.
With the start of the new school year, many people are curious to see if school sports are returning. One sport that is making a comeback is swimming. As the season is finally beginning for swimming and many other sports, there are concerns about the safety of the athletes. The athletes, while concerned for their health, feel very safe.
Handled them very well, actually, with so many obstacles and mountains that they've had to overcome to even have this season.
Another challenge that comes with starting the season later is a longer gap between practices or even competitions. A lot of swimmers admit that it wasn't easy at first to adjust.
Quarantine, I've been sitting around, and next thing you know, bam, there's practices, so I have to get up and get ready.
Even with these challenges, this is not stopping the swimmers from using this season to help themselves get better and grow.
Helps us get healthy, get some exercise, staying outside, and staying productive.
This season is especially a growing one for Landon, as this year marks his first season as a co-captain. Being a co-captain for the team during a junior year is not only a rare occurrence, but a huge challenge. In the face of all of this adversity, Landon is more than willing to face the challenge.
It's very exciting, it's a big responsibility, but I'm willing and excited to take it on.
Despite having more limitations than usual, there is still one common goal amongst everyone on the team, and that is to just keep swimming. For WSRH Extra, I'm Wyatt Anderson.
While many sports are able to make a comeback using safety precaution, one sport in particular is now on the rise to popularity. WSRH sport reporter Sophia Maldonado shows us what this sport is and how it is played.
Pickleball has grabbed many people's attention, but it has left others asking the question, what exactly is pickleball?
Pickleball is a very, very simple game. I always say it's very, very easy to play, easy to learn, very hard to master. Essentially, you're hitting a wiffle ball back and forth. It's almost like mini tennis. And, there's a few little rules, but the rules are generally very simple. Just get the ball over the net. That's pretty much it, and count scores.
While pickleball may be new to some, there are players that have known and loved the sport for years.
I discovered pickleball from a friend of mine who I used to play doubles with in tennis, who was a Selkirk pro and got me interested in it. I went to Eric's first open house at Palm Beach Gardens and started playing, and I've been playing ever since.
Over the past several years, pickleball has grown in popularity, showing promising things for the future of the sport.
We are looking at possibly getting Olympics. We're still quite a few years away. We have to get all these national governing bodies first in all these different countries. That's how usually a sport gets in. And then we have participation based on all these countries. So it's got to be based on a ratio of the population who's playing the sport to get Olympics.
Pickleball, like many other sports, has had to deal with the effects of the coronavirus outbreak.
COVID has changed everything for pickleball. Pickleball is 98% a social sport. And the way it is now, you have no interaction with everybody. Everybody's got masks on, you're 6 feet away. It just makes it difficult to interact.
We actually just started back again. So, we made sure that, we have a limited amount of people that are playing. When they show up, we make sure that, there's hand sanitizers, nobody's touching the balls. We make sure we're kicking the balls if the balls goes out of the court, things like that. We don't touch paddles. That's pretty much it.
It's time to put down your devices and pick up a paddle. For WSRH Extra, I'm Sophia Maldonado.
Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Alyssa Schwab. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at Seminole Ridge TV.